Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. InsyaAllah kita mulakan majlis kita dengan Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna sayyidina Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Jadi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Zulsan kerana meluangkan masa bersama dengan kami untuk membentangkan laporan akhir internship sepanjang kami bersama dengan Japan Dawah Center. InsyaAllah saya memperkenalkan diri saya. Saya Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Harus Saleh dan di sebelah saya.
Nama saya Iskandar Zulkarnain bin Sahabat.
Nama saya Ahmad Fauzan bin Adnan.
Saya Hanani Zahidah binti Zulkifli.
Dan nama saya Nur Akila Husna binti Rajikin.
Nama saya Farhan Arizal bin Parju.
Dan kami semuanya berasal daripada Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia dan hadir daripada pelbagai program. Antaranya adalah program dakwah dan pengurusan Islam, kemudian bahasa Arab dan sastra Islam, dan juga Quran multimedia. InsyaAllah tempoh sepanjang kami intern adalah bermula pada 14 Mac sehingga 31 Julai 2023. Dan insyaAllah kita akan ke slide yang seterusnya. Seterusnya kita akan membincangkan tentang kenapa kami memilih Japan Dawah Center untuk sebagai lokasi kami menimba pengalaman dan internship praktikal di sini. InsyaAllah saya silakan Hanani.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Pertama sekali disclaimer, nak guna rojak English and Malay. So why do we choose JDC Japan Dawah Center as the place that we want to do our internship program? So it's because one of the main reason is because it allows us to experience firsthand how Islam is practiced and promoted in a non-Muslim majority country. So as you know, in Malaysia, we don't have the difficulty to practice our Islamic teachings because it's a country it's a country where the official religion is Islam. So here we experience so much, for example, we have to look the place to pray ourselves. Macam contoh, kami perlu solat di station, Akhir station, and that's a part of dakwah actually when people see us praying there. And then the second one is, it's interesting because some aspects of Japanese culture and practices align with certain Islamic principles, even though the majority of the Japanese population identify as non-religious. So that's why we see it as something important to spread Islamic teachings to Japanese, because the principle that Japanese itself pegang, prinsipal yang Japanese pegang sangat bertepatan dengan agama Islam, dengan Islamic teachings. That's why we choose Japan as the country that we want to do our internship in. Okay, so we're going to proceed to the next one.
Okay, yang seterusnya adalah programs during online internship with Japan Dawah Center. Baiklah, untuk maklumat adalah sebenarnya sepanjang internship kami bersama dengan Japan Dawah Center ini adalah 3 bulan secara online dan sebulan physically intern di Japan Dawah Center. Baiklah, saya akan menerangkan program-program yang telah kami lakukan sepanjang online internship. Baiklah, yang pertama adalah talk berkaitan dengan Ihya Ramadan. Yang seterusnya, Tadarus dan Khatam Al-Quran. Yang ketiga, modul sejarah-sejarah Islam dan asas fardu ain. Dan yang keempat adalah classes with mu'allaf. Baiklah, outcome, what do we get from programs at Japan Dawah Center during our online session? Baiklah, yang pertama adalah learn how to manage programs secara online. Sebagaimana yang kita tahu, media adalah medium yang paling penting sepanjang kami bekerja secara online. So during this period, we need to always focus so that any information that is conveyed is not missed, and we need to ask always the head of department, which is Hasan and Zahid for more accurate work move. Okay, segala macam arahan dan juga task diberikan adalah secara online. Jadi apabila secara online ni, kerja yang spesifik itu kurang informasinya. Jadi kami perlu merujuk kepada Hasan dan juga Zahid supaya dapat bekerja di atas line lah kiranya. Kerja tu sesuai sebagaimana yang diminta. Seterusnya, announcements and promotions related to Japan Dawah Center through social media can increase community knowledge regarding the purpose and motive of Japan Dawah Center's establishment. Baiklah, selain daripada task dan juga kerja-kerja secara online, media sosial ini juga digunakan sebagai medium untuk memperkenalkan Japan Dawah Center ini kepada masyarakat supaya masyarakat lebih tahu kenapa wujudnya Japan Dawah Center ini. Kemudian, in addition, we also learn how to use social media to promote events and program that Japan Dawah Center will organize. Selain daripada orang mengenal Japan Dawah Center, selain itu kami juga mempromot program-program yang bakal dijalankan secara online, seperti contoh yang ada dalam slide, Ihya Ramadan, juga majlis khatam Al-Quran dan juga top. Seterusnya, kami juga learn to handle Islamic history notes and also fardu ain notes for mu'allaf, lebih dikenali sebagai modul. Okay. Daripada pembikinan modul ini, using words that are easy to understand given the presence of communication barriers such as language barrier. Okay, sebagaimana yang diketahui, Japan, tidak semua mu'alaf di Japan Dawah Center ini berkebolehan untuk berinteraksi menggunakan bahasa Inggeris, dan sebagaimana juga kami, tidak semua daripada kami mampu untuk berbicara dalam bahasa Jepun. Jadi kami menggunakan inisiatif dengan menggunakan perkataan-perkataan yang mudah untuk difahami, even untuk kami dan juga untuk mu'alaf di Japan Dawah Center. Kemudian, simplify the passage into points so that it is easy to understand. Baiklah, dalam pembuatan modul ini, kami juga mencari bahan-bahan daripada internet dan juga bahan-bahan daripada buku, yang mana daripada bahan rujukan internet dan juga buku ini adalah mostly-nya adalah poin yang panjang-panjang. Jadi kami memudahkan, simplify the passage kepada kepada poin yang senang untuk diingat dan juga difahami. Seterusnya, frequently check and always use reference sources that are believed to be true and do not contradict the teaching of Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah. Jadi, segala rujukan yang kami gunakan untuk membuat modul ini adalah bertepatan dengan Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah. Kami juga sentiasa merujuk, selain daripada itu, kami juga sentiasa merujuk kepada our head of department, which is Hasan dan juga Zahid supaya lebih tepatlah kami punya rujukan tu. Baiklah, yang seterusnya. Okay, dalam daripada kami punya programs sepanjang online, wujudnya suggestion yang mana yang pertamanya offering Japanese language classes to staff and internship students, which is almost all of staff in interns and intern students cannot speak in Japan, and also offering English language classes for Japanese, since almost all Japanese converts cannot speak in English. Baik, itu sahaja daripada saya. Seterusnya kita akan teruskan kepada week yang pertama.
Okay, Bismillah. So now we're going to proceed to the activities that we've done during week 1. So the first one is educational visit to Aizan Festival. So the purpose of the visit is to get a better understanding on the Aizan Festival and how it is an act of shirk towards Allah. And the second one is to prepare educational TikTok content of this festival in order to spread awareness to the public, especially Muslim community, that this festival cannot be celebrated as it is an act of shirk, as well as it can be an eye-opener to the non-Muslim on the right path. Okay, so how did we conduct our visit? What did we do at the Aizando temple? So in order for us to get a better understanding on what they do during the festival is we talk with the locals to gain a better understanding on their view on this festival and beliefs. So this is the video, as you can see, where we talk with the Aizan Aizan girls, geisha, there wearing yukata. And then we could also see for ourselves how they conduct their act of worshipping. There's a monk, and yes. Okay, and then the next one. Okay, what did we get from the visit? Outcomes of the visit. We could witness the polytheistic practice Witnessing polytheistic practice reinforced our own faith and belief. Sebab bila kita lihat macam mana mereka melakukan perbuatan syirik tu, macam sometimes it doesn't make sense sebab they worship tu diorang tak faham pun sebenarnya apa yang diorang buat, because when we talk with them, they could barely answer our questions. And then the next one, engaging in a conversation with the locals and asking questions to them to make them think about their belief, to make them rethink about diorang punya kepercayaan. Bila kita tanya soalan, diorang akan macam, betul juga kan? Macam tu. So we ask a lot of questions there. And then the next one is we could gain information for the TikTok content. So this is our TikTok content, our final result. So we might want to just tengok sedikit saja selingan. Yeah. And also we include the comparison between their belief and Islamic teaching. Okay, so we're going to proceed. The second activity that we did at GDC is cleaning at GDC on the 2nd of July. So what did we get from this activity is that it fostered a sense of belonging among the intern students, because we could become the contributor to the JDC instead of just observers. And then the second one is we put Islamic value that emphasizes cleanliness into practical actions, because we understand that our religion really emphasize on the principle of cleanliness. So that's what we did in Japan Dawah Center, not just the theoretical aspect, but also the practical aspects. So the last one is a clean and organized Dawah Center leaves a positive impression on visitors, because there's a lot of visitors from Japan, from Japanese, and also from other countries that come here to see this center. So that's why it's really important to have this weekly activity, actually. Okay, and then the next activity is class with Japanese Muslimah revert. So what we did here is, like, for example, this Muslimah revert here is a newly reverted Muslimah this year. So we have to provide fundamental knowledge about Islamic beliefs, practices, and teachings. And then we also answer some questions that they might have about Islam. And then we also provide Iqra class with the Muslim revert, and because they don't really understand English, so we must prepare beforehand the lesson in Japanese language. For example, that slides. We had to prepare it. Okay. The next one is we're going to proceed to week 2.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Moving on to our second week here in Japan is our main program, because all of the interns at JDC will have at least one of their main programs here, and this is our main program, which is Malay Muslim Cultural Exchange in Ritsumeikan University, Biwako Campus, Kusatsu in Shiga. Right. Next slide. These programs, main objectives is to spread da'wah among non-Muslim in Japan, and the second is to promote cultural understanding and respect between Japanese and Malay cultures by providing opportunities for Japanese students to engage with Malaysian internship students and exchange experiences and perspectives. And the third objective is to showcase the richness of Malay culture, where participants can experience diverse aspects of Malay culture, including cuisine, music, arts, and traditional clothing. Next. Right, the most important thing that we get from this program is the outcomes, which is the first is exposure on how the Japanese view Islam. Right, because most of foreign people, non-Muslim people, view Islam as the religion of terrorists because of the incident at 9/11 and so on. But this is the medium that we use to showcase the religion of Islam itself. The second is Japanese are willing to try and learn Islam. That we are very surprised by this, because they are interested to learn, to know, at least to know about our culture and the religion itself. They are also surprised to see that we are not terrorists, Okay. The third outcome is we gain new experiences in dakwah. In Malaysia, we used to do dakwah, like street dakwah, but to the Muslim people. But here in Japan, we get the new experience by doing dakwah to non-Muslim people and Japanese. Very eye-opening experience and new experience that we will not forget. And the fourth is learn Japanese culture by exchanging stories and experience. And during the program, we spoke to the Japanese student and we share our culture and religion, and they also share with us, and that's where the exchanging stories and experience happen. And of course, building confidence in ourselves as da'i. We have to have confidence in order for people to trust us, to learn. We have to have confidence. We have to show confidence. If not, they will not be interested at all. And the last is learn how to create professional network. All right. Next. In second week, we also have TikTok posting, which is from the activities from the first week, which is Aizen Matsuri, explaining one of the Japanese festival and why it is forbidden for Muslims to celebrate it, provide views in Islamic perspective. That what we post in the TikTok. And we also do quick halal guide and in TikTok, explaining and guiding Muslim on buying halal foods and drinks in convenience store, Family Mart, such as Family Mart, Lawson and 7-Eleven, because we know in Japan they don't have the halal certified JAKIM logo here. So we have to look at the ingredients, but not all people can read Japanese. So this is one of our initiative to ease the process, So and now everyone can go to Family Mart, Lawson, 7-Eleven and buy things that is halal. And in the second week also, we went to the Senshu Beach Lantern Festival, and this is also quite same as Aizen Matsuri because we explain why it is forbidden for Muslim to celebrate, and we provide views in Islamic perspective. Nice. This is the scenery in the Lantern Festival, but it's quite dark because it's night, and yeah, the description is lanterns have been used in various cultures as a way of providing light, so you can read that. And this is one of their way of praying. So they write their pray on the lantern, and they let the lantern go up. But that night the wind is very strong, so their prayer go very fast. Okay, so next, I think that's all for the second week, and we move to the third week.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the next week is week 3. So dalam minggu ketiga ni, saya dan Hana ni pergi ke Hippo family, which is family angkat yang mana terdiri daripada keluarga Yurisan dan juga Kojisan. So di sini kami menimba pelbagai ilmu seperti membuat udon, handmade dan juga sushi. So dekat slide ni ada beberapa gambar, iaitu yang pertama, going to buy groceries with them, and then after buy groceries, kita orang buat udon, and then cutting handmade noodles, and then eating homemade udon and sashimi. So seterusnya pada keesokan harinya kami didatangi guest Aaron yang daripada Oman. So dekat sini kami share about music, traditional songs, like we saw Koji Sans and Aaron performing Flow River Melody and traditional songs. And then trying Anchan and Hana-chan Matsuri summer clothes, and then having fun with them while eating Nagashi Shomen. So dekat family Hippo ni, outcome yang kami dapat adalah get to know more about Japanese culture and traditional foods, and then sharing some stories, experience, and also traditional songs with each other, and being able to explain a little bit about Islam to them, and indirectly it is called Dawah. Sebabnya masa kita orang dalam family angkat tu, Yuri-san ada bertanya kepada kami kenapa Muslimah lah specifically-nya kami pakai hijab. So dekat situ kami menerangkan sedikit keperluan Muslimah tu, kenapa kita perlu menutup aurat seperti yang tertulis dan diarahkan oleh Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So the next week 3 kami melakukan street dakwah, di mana 5 kali dalam sebulan ni kami melakukan di hadapan, yang pertama di hadapan JDC's office, and second di hadapan Sugimoto Cho Station, and yang ketiga, which is selang beberapa hari kami melakukan tempat yang sama, street dakwah dekat Sugimoto Cho Station, also at Nagai Park, and akhir sekali kita orang buat street dakwah dekat Shibuya, Tokyo. So di sini adalah di antara gambar-gambar yang kami lakukan street dakwah. And outcome tentang street dakwah ni, to make Japan Dakwah Center better known by the Japanese community, and the second, to provide general knowledge to the Japanese community that there is a beautiful religion that is we call it Islam, and the last, to make Japan a Muslim majority country, in addition to eliminating existing polytheism, which mean kita orang nak negara Japan ni, sebagaimana yang kita tahu, adalah negara yang minoriti Islam. So kita orang melakukan street dakwah ni adalah sebagai usaha untuk menjadikan negara Japan ni as a majority Islam Muslim country. So selepas tu cleaning day. Cleaning day ni seperti mana yang Hanani mention sebelum kita orang ada dua places, which is JDC's office and JDC's house. So every Friday kita orang akan bersihkan JDC untuk prepare Friday prayers, so that jemaah akan merasa selesa dan melihat JDC ni adalah sebagai masjid yang bersih. So seterusnya cleaning day at JDC's house. Once a week kita orang akan lakukan pembersihan, kerja-kerja pembersihan seperti mana yang telah dischedulkan. So kita orang akan macam bersihkan, buang sampah ikut times dia dan sebagainya lah. So seterusnya part time saya serahkan kepada Aiman.
Bismillah, terima kasih. Seterusnya part time job. Okay, purpose daripada part time job ini, this part time job is an initiative from Zulkarnain, which aim to provide exposure to USIM interns. Okay, this is related to the way of work and the way of life among Japanese people, where a part of being devoted to JDCs doing Dawah. Students are also told to engage in the work such as part-time and also permanent work to cover the cost of living in Japan. Therefore, students do not need to rely entirely only on the fees provided by Japan Dawah Center. Baiklah. Dalam kerja dakwah bersama dengan Japan Dawah Center ini bukanlah satu kerja yang tetap. Jadi para pendakwah yang ingin melakukan dakwah bersama dengan Japan Dawah Center, mereka juga perlu melakukan kerja-kerja lain selain daripada bergantung sepenuhnya kepada kos yang diberikan oleh Japan Dawah Center. Seterusnya. The outcome from experiencing working with Japanese people ni adalah always mereka ini always meets working hours based on the schedule and that has been set. Baiklah, dalam pada jadual mereka ini mereka menepati waktu-waktu kerja mereka dan juga waktu rehat mereka, walaupun kerja yang mereka lakukan itu tinggal sedikit saja nak habis. Kemudian always focus when doing their work. Okay, sewaktu apa yang kami lihat sewaktu kami bekerja adalah warga Japanese ini mereka tidak membuang masa, mereka tidak bersembang, tidak lepak, tidak melakukan perkara-perkara yang boleh mengganggu konsentrasi orang lain sewaktu mereka melakukan kerja, dan tetap fokus kerana nak avoid daripada melakukan kesilapan lah. Kemudian yang terakhir sekali, help each other. Baiklah, apa yang kami lihat, Japanese mereka tidak memikirkan tentang perkara mereka sendirilah sewaktu mereka melakukan kerja. Mereka juga memikirkan tentang orang lain, yang mana suatu waktu tu ketika kami melakukan kerja, ada lagi kumpulan lain yang masih lagi belum habis melakukan kerja dan mereka sanggup offer diri mereka untuk membantu orang lain supaya kerja tu lebih mudah dan cepat siap. Itu saja untuk week 3 dan seterusnya week 4.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, yang week keempat yang pertama event ialah event di sekolah, iaitu Kyoko High School, yang mana program ini dijalankan oleh pelajar di situ yang bernama Disaster Prevention and Recovery. Tujuan JDC bekerjasama di sana adalah untuk menyebarkan Islam dalam kalangan remaja di sana yang bukan Islam, dan juga untuk mempelajari apa yang diberikan lah. Okay, yang pertama, the knowledge of non-Muslim about Islam in this country is still lacking. So in this program we can preach and give exposure about Islam. So second is recognize natural disaster in Japan where damage always occur in several places. And lastly, give them a taste of halal food from Malaysian recipe. This can invite them to get to know more about Islam countries like Malaysia. Recommendation first is provide information to non-Muslim in important matters in Islam. The second, invite more Muslim in the program. And lastly, give early exposure about Islam to them so that they do not have the same perception about the country or culture and Islam. Next, second program in week 4 ialah Muslim Culture Experience at Shibuya, yang mana baru-baru ni kami pergi ke Tokyo untuk untuk menjayakan program ni. So tujuan dia adalah untuk menyebarkan agama Islam atau perkenalkan agama Islam kepada negara yang bukan Islam di negara ini, and provide some experience in wearing the hijab for women, and also to preach to non-Muslim, also to invite more people to convert to Islam. So benefit in this program, provide information to non-Muslim in important matter in Islam, and second, get knowledge about Japanese culture that is in the characteristic of Muslim, yang mana orang Jepun ini tak mengenal Islam, tapi dia punya gaya hidup dia, cara macam gaya orang Islam yang mana telah diajarkan oleh Islam itu sendiri. Okey, yang ketiga ialah mendapat experience in preparing program in Shibuya, yang mana kita dapat menjayakan program yang mana negara ibu kota Jepun yang ramai bangsa-bangsa Jepun di situ. Okey. Dan recommendation ni ialah kita perlu menyediakan makanan kepada mereka dan invite non-Muslim more in this program. So kita kena ajak lebih ramai lagi lah orang yang bukan Islam di program ini. So next, yang terakhir ialah visit to Madrasah Talimul Quran Tokyo, yang mana tempat ini adalah pusat tahfiz, salah satu pusat tahfiz di Tokyo yang telah di pengarah dia adalah orang India Muslim. Okey, apa yang kami dapat dekat sini ialah yang first, get to know the tahfiz education system at Madrasah Talimul Quran Tokyo, yang mana mereka ni bukan sepenuh masa untuk belajar Quran, tapi mereka bersekolah secara online, dan mereka akan pagi pergi sekolah dan pagi kelas online, dan malam mereka akan menghafal Quran. Okey, yang kedua ialah kita dapat friendly together and tahfiz student, yang mana kita dapat mengenal pelajar-pelajar di situ. Ada bangsa India, ada bangsa Jepun juga, yang mana mereka ni terdiri daripada umur 5 tahun sehingga ke 18 tahun. Okey, yang terakhir 3, listen to the improvement discussion in developing a new tahfiz center, yang mana kita dapat belajar macam mana mereka menjayakan masjid ini ataupun tahfiz ini dengan jayanya, dengan sumbangan-sumbangan yang telah mereka dapat dan mereka gunakan. Okey, itu saja daripada saya. Seterusnya saya bagi ke week kelima.
Okay, bismillah. Kita proceed kepada week kelima. Okay, week kelima itu kita pergi ke festival, antara festival, one of the biggest festival in Japan. It is placed in Osaka. That is Tenjin Matsuri. Okay, first of all, Tenjin Matsuri is one of the most symbolic water and light festival and ranked as one of the 3 greatest festival in Japan. Antara festival yang terbesar juga di Osaka, there is one of them is Tenjin, and Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, and Kanda Matsuri in Tokyo. And the side is Tenjin can be called as is the god of the sky, and Matsuri is festival in Japanese. Tenjin Matsuri is the amalgamation or combined of a boat festival, a fireworks display, and parades of omikoshi portable shrines. Dan kita tahu juga dalam Tenjin Matsuri ni, the activity that will be held is boat festival, firework display around over 3,000 shots, and also the parades of omikoshi portable shrines. And after that, we can see the crowd clad in colorful yukata, summer kimono, and geta wooden slippers to be a part of this annual summer event. And in dalam pengetahuan saya, tak silap, kalau perempuan dipanggil yukata, kalau lelaki dipanggil jimbe. Itu. Dan seterusnya, the highlight of this festival is the Hanabi firework that start around 7:30 p.m. And this festival is not complete without Hanabi, with display 3,000 shots of awesome fireworks. So kita boleh lihat antara momen at Tenjin Matsuri. Kita lihat, kita tengok tadi panggil dia Omikoshi Portable Shrines, iaitu temple di atas boat. Yang keduanya kumpulan betapa ramainya orang kat tengah-tengah tu. Dan kita tengok ada fireworks. Dan tak silap saya, Tenjin ni juga merupakan, dalam pembacaan saya, Tenjin ni merupakan berkumpulnya Tuhan-Tuhan pada masa itu. Dan kalau kita lihat pada Islamic perspektif, it is not aligned with the Islamic, that is because we know that Allah is one, one is God. We can say this, Qul huwallahu ahad. Allah katakanlah bahawa Allah itu yang satu. Okay, seterusnya. Okay, this is for our upcoming event. InsyaAllah we will head in 31st July at 11 am. That is, we will do the preparation of Indian Muslim Culture Exchange. We will head at Japan Dawah Center at 11 am. We also, insyaAllah, we will do the cleaning and decorating the area of event. We also will do the food preparing such as biryani, panipuri, and another foods. And the last one is preparing the henna, that is inai. Okay, next. Okay, that's all from us. It's from USIM interns. Thank you. Inshallah. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Setelah sudah kami punya report pembentangan laporan akhir internship di Japan Dawah Center, InsyaAllah segala apa yang kami lakukan ini mendapat faedahnya untuk kami dan juga Japan Dawah Center. Selain itu dapat juga meningkatkan meningkatkan lagi mutu dan juga kualiti Japan Dawah Center dan juga kemahiran diri kami lah, insyaAllah. Wallahu subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jadi daripada Zulkarnain, insyaAllah ada apa-apa? Baiklah. Kita akan sudahi majlis kita dengan tasbih kifarah dan suratul asr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi subhanahu wa ta'ala wabarakatuh.